In this video, I'd like to demonstrate how to prevent like a duplication of something that a user's adding. So I'm going to just click show the page. So in this thing I'm going to have some team, and I'm asking for names to sort of add to the team. So I will add Fred. And you can see that I'm capitalizing it. I can ask for Betty, and let me ask for Fred again. And then it says that there was a duplication. If I add Alice with some spaces, and then if I add Alice without any spaces, it knows that that's a duplication. So I'd like to sort of just show how I got that. Okay, so basic HTML page, head and title, header, paragraph. Okay, here's my label and my text input for entering the name. So the 4 of the label matches the ID of the text name. That's just for screen readers. Here's my input of the button type, and I'm doing an old-fashioned just basic on click and calling an add function. What's written on the button is the value, add name. And here I have just a label, and here is a div where I'm going to put the names once I get them. Okay. I have in my script area, I'm declaring a global array for the names. It's an empty array when I start. Okay, so the add is called by clicking the button, and I need to remember the names from one click to the next. So the names I'm remembering should be globally declared. Now I could, since I'm also putting the names on the page, I could forego the global array and sort of run to the page, read them off the page, check if there's any duplications of what's written on the page. But I am keeping something in memory. So it's a little bit, I'm saving myself from going back and forth to the page, but I'm paying by keeping something in memory. Okay, so here is the add function, and that's all the rest that there is. Okay, so I am going to the page, document get element by ID, text name dot value, get the name from the user off the page. I am putting that all in uppercase. So I want, and I could have, if I wanted to put it on the page in lowercase, but keep it in, look for duplications, all in the same case. I could, what I put on the page and what I put in my array could be different, but I've made them the same. So I've just taken that name and put it in all uppercase letters, so that you saw when I demoed that I can put in, what was it, Alice. When I put in Alice, it put it in all caps. If I put it in small letters or anything else, they were all the same and they matched. And then here I am using the trim function. And so that gets rid of any white space preceding or following. And again, with Alice, I think I had Alice space, space, space or something. And then the space, space, space got cut off before I did anything more. So get in the new name, put it in uppercase to make comparisons more easy. So I want Alice small letters, Alice all caps, Alice starting with a capital letter. All those Alices are the same Alice. And trim, get rid of any leading or trailing white space. Again, the same. All those are all the same as far as I'm concerned. If once I've trimmed it, if there's nothing left, or if there was nothing to begin with, then I'm going to yell and get out. Okay. But now, okay, now I'm ready. Now they've entered the name and I'm ready, and I've trimmed it and I've capitalized it, and now I'm ready to look to see if it's a duplication. So I have this array, my names, and I'm using the index of, since this is an array, there's an index of for strings and there's an index of for arrays. And since my names is an array, this is the array version. And I am looking for the new name in the array of names, and index of will tell me its position. Does it have an index of 0, 1, 2, etc.? Does the new name appear in the array names? And if so, what is its index? And then it gives an index of -1 if it does not find it. Okay. So this is tells me the index of this thing. If it finds it in the array, it gives me a -1 if it doesn't find it. So if it is equal to -1, that means it didn't find it. So I'm going to push it onto the array. I'm going to clear out the value to be ready to add the next name. And I'm going to put the focus into the text area to be ready for the next one. So clear it out for the next one and put the cursor in there for the next one. But if it wasn't a -1, that means I did find it, and I'm just yelling that I found a duplication. And I guess I could return, but I don't. I just yell. I'm alerting out the names array, and that will just, without me saying how to put the array together, it will separate it with commas. So I found a duplication, and there is my comma separated list and my alert. And then when I'm putting it on the page, I use the join method of the array, which is going to put all the elements of the array with something between them. And what I'm putting between them is a break tag. And since this is inner HTML, I'm making HTML, and so it understands the break tag and puts each name on a new line. But that's what I want to show you. The main thing was the array global, so that it's remembered, and then using index of to look in that array for what was just entered, and was it there previously or not. So that's what I wanted to show you. Thanks for your attention.